Hey everybody, welcome to Connect in Cannabis, brought to you by Wrazel. I am your host, Brian Holler. I hope everybody's doing great out there today. Today we have CEO and COO of Canethics and Focus CPA Group, Crystal Wampler. She'll be here to talk to us about tax and compliance and protecting yourself and your business, what cannabis companies can do even today to help protect themselves or even access grants and loans to allow themselves to move forward. Of course, first, I'm going to want to talk to you about Wicked Root. The Wicked Root's mission is to unlock the healing power of cannabis and to create trusted, safe, and highly effective wellness products. They firmly believe that cannabinoids and terpenes found in cannabis and hemp have the potential to positively impact millions of lives, and their team is dedicated to making this a reality. Utilizing proprietary DNA, the Wicked Root offers a brand of pharmaceutical-grade CBD products people can rely on. The Wicked Root team utilizes a full-spectrum CBD base infused with select terpenes to create optimal, science-backed formulas that are consistent and deliver targeted effects. To learn more about the Wicked Root, visit thewickedroot.com, or for more on their current investment opportunity, find the Wicked Root in the Wrazel investment marketplace at wrazel.com. Of course, now we're talking to Crystal Wampler. Crystal, how the heck are you today?
I'm great, Brian. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. Always good to speak with you. Let's start at the obvious place, of course. For everybody that doesn't know, what's Canethics?
Well, Canethics is a cannabis financial advisory solutions group that we focus on financial planning and tax planning. And we have a corporate office located in Brea, and we also have one in Chicagoland and Northern California. But we service people nationwide. Absolutely.
And, any cannabis companies out there, whether ancillary or producing products or services, what have you, I would highly recommend hitting up Canethics. They are a very, very good, strong team that can definitely help steer you in the right direction with regards to your tax accounting, compliance needs, etc. Speaking of which, what inspired you to kind of create Canethics?
Well, what inspired me originally was I was diagnosed when I was 30 years old with fibromyalgia. And, with that, it was very difficult. I was only working 20 hours. So I decided to move across the country from Chicago to Tucson to get my medical marijuana license. Sure. And it's really helped me since. So the plant and also seeing a lot of people getting taken in this industry. And so those two things are what inspired me and my business partner, Amit Chandel, to launch Canethics.
Very, very interesting. And so for those who don't know, so fibromyalgia briefly, it is something to do with nerve endings, pain. Can you kind of...
Autoimmune disease. Yeah. Fibromyalgia is an autoimmune disease, and it attacks your nerves and your muscles. Yeah.
So just sort of like... pain randomly out of nowhere, like you've been kind of burnt or hit or struck, but you weren't. It just flames up.
Exactly.
Very uncomfortable. The reason I'm asking is because you are not the first person I've heard that had CBD or cannabis in some way really, really lessen the effects of their fibromyalgia in a good way, in a positive way.
Oh, yeah. It was amazing. I mean, I noticed that I went from working 20 hours to 80, 90, 100 hours, however many I wanted. So a lot less pain. I can control it with the plant. Obviously, I need the sativa variety so that I can stay focused.
Sure.
But yes.
Well, that's excellent. And then you met Amit at some point. Amit is, of course, Crystal's partner in Canethics, and he might even be on this show at some point. I would suspect. How did you two meet?
Yeah, we met. We were doing So basically, how we met is through a networking event. And I was offered to help him put that networking event on. And so when I did that, we got to talking, and we talked about cannabis and the future and how important it was, because this was back in 2017. We talked about how in 2018 that California was going recreational, and we both, built a relationship, and he saw how cannabis affected my fibromyalgia and was inspired, and so we launched Canethics.
Very, very cool. And everybody's glad you did, of course. And so you've been around a couple of years, give or take, obviously. So how do you specifically assist cannabis companies?
So we right now we assist cannabis community companies. We do, we're doing a lot right now to answer that question.
Sure.
Some of our services include tax planning, advanced tax strategies, preparing tax and financial statements, insurance, retirement planning, cost segregation, and R&D credit. But what we're really focusing on right now is helping companies that are affected by the coronavirus. And how we're doing that is we're helping them find, loans and grants and opportunities through various state-funded government entities or the SBA, right?
Yep.
So I guess they're both state. But right now, there are a few different places that you can check out if you need funding for the cannabis industry. And that would be CalCAP program, which is the California Capital Access Program.
Okay.
There is the Disaster Relief Loan Guarantee Program, which pays about 70% of the eligible cost. I'd recommend going on to their website and checking out the eligibility list because it's very lengthy.
Sure.
And then I would also recommend the Jumpstart Loan Program. And this offers cannabis entrepreneurs and low wealth entrepreneurs $500 to $10,000 in grant money for declared disaster areas, which is now the coronavirus. And then the Bureau of Cannabis Control is in partnership with the governor's office is offering social equity entrepreneur grants worth about $30 million. So there's funding out there. You just got to go get it.
Yes, and you need somebody who's organized and can do it efficiently, like Canethics, of course. I also heard, and I'm going to guess you know more about this than I do right away, but they're going to, I believe, pass another package here when Congress gets back into session, early May, I think. I have heard rumors, have you, that there's going to be even more money available through that for cannabis companies? There's rumored that.
Yes, we have heard rumors of that. There is a bill being introduced.
I think it passed the House already, maybe.
And it's gaining, a large following, and it's growing. But I wouldn't hold my breath, because it's federally illegal still. So,
True.
But the good thing is that if you're a hemp company and you're following the ag rules, then you can get SBA loan money now.
Right.
But you have to be a hemp company. You can't have a hemp company that has a CBD entity, okay? So if it's like Bailey CBD, then that's going to be difficult. But if it's Bailey's Hemp or Bailey's Wellness, that might actually make you eligible to pass.
Sure. And that's really one of the things that I think is toughest for owners, especially at this moment, is, do I fit this criteria or that criteria? Have I done enough to warrant getting these grants or loans here? And again, I'll reiterate it, like, this is why you need Ahmet and Crystal, to kind of help you navigate those waters, right?
Yeah, because the SBA is changing every day. Even all the loans and grant programs are changing rapidly.
Right.
So staying on top of that is half the battle, for sure.
Absolutely, yes. And so, speaking of staying on top of it, do you have any kind of tips to make sure to do so? Besides, hey, call Crystal, because you should. But let's say I'm a business owner, I'm listening to this, and I'm thinking, gosh, how the heck do I, arrange myself moving forward, or how do I protect myself moving forward from a financial or an accounting perspective?
Well, there's a few ways that we would recommend that you protect yourself moving forward. One of the ways I would recommend is making sure that your entity structure is done correctly and that it's done with a tax savings advantage in mind. And make sure that a competent CPA evaluates your entity structure to make sure that it's done for tax planning so that you can save on taxes there. Another thing is, make sure that your COGS, which is your cost of goods sold, are allocated properly, or else you could be paying up to taxes, 70% in taxes in the cannabis industry. It's ridiculous.
Right.
And then maintain good books and records, because the cannabis industry is 6 times more likely to be audited compared to mainstream. It's insane.
It is.
So those are the things that I would really recommend doing right now. And after you get all of those things in place, I would recommend then doing the 4th step, which would be make sure you talk to a tax planning CPA. A CPA is great, and they can help you get these things together, but they can't take you the distance. It's like a stopgap.
Yeah.
You want a CPA that's going to take you from A to Z, from the beginning of your inception to your exit planning? Or do you want one that just it comes in, helps you for a second, and then steps out, and then you have to fill in the gaps here? So it takes time and money. It's less efficient, really.
So that's another kind of a great tip, actually. Look into what kind of accounting firm or accountant that you're dealing with. Can they do all the things that you need, or only some? Which definitely is something you should know going in as an owner.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. So, and so just protecting yourself, obviously, that's really important. During this time, have you seen any kind of different strategies from your clients in terms of, being affected by coronavirus or anything like that?
Yeah, there are some other strategies going forward. For example, there's strategies such as like cost segregation, and that basically, what that is in a nutshell is if you have a building, or if you have a building that needs, fixes, things like that, you can have an engineer CPA study done that accelerates the depreciation of everything in the building, including your, what is it? Including everything in the building.
So like all the assets in the building.
Yes,
right?
All the assets.
Any office, things that are in there that are part of maybe a manufacturer, right? That are part of the supply chain, or machines to get things done.
Machines is where I was looking for, the word I was looking for. Thank you.
No problem.
Yes. All the machines, everything that's in the building, that's, it all can be accelerated, and you can take that, and put up to 25 to 30% in your pocket now, and open up that cash flow, because a lot of businesses are struggling, and this is a way that you can, either get ahead or stay where, at least stay in the game.
Yep. Yeah. One of the biggest themes I'm hearing from, my guests on this show, yourself included, is, the first thing that, you need to do during this time is really take a strong look at what you have under your own hood, right? What can I do with the resources or the good faith I've bought up to this point, right? Mm-hmm. What can I do with my current loans? Can I restructure them? Can I, basically do cost segregation? Am I in a position where I can afford to maybe, borrow from down the line to pay for short-term growth and pay it back still in the same way, or maybe even in a more effective way, according to what's under kind of on the books?
Oh, well, sure. And going a step beyond that is, a lot of people are sitting on money that they don't realize in their previous tax returns.
Yeah.
So, whereas we could go back and we can amend, 2-3 years back and find money for them that they didn't even know that they had. So that's something that I would recommend that they do right away if they're suffering or, needing money or a cash influx or just want to grow. Really, I would recommend that for everyone to go out and do that immediately.
Very good. Another, piece of advice that certainly is worthwhile. Before we starting to wrap up, I also want to make sure that, we're able to give away something today, which is kind of an exciting little twist on our show today. So, Crystal, tell us a little bit about what you're going to give away today.
So this is Bailey's Hemp CBD. They're amazing clients of ours, and they work in the pet industry, And we actually give it to all of our dogs, our horses, everyone. If you go onto their website, they're absolutely amazing. Bailey CBD. Check them out. Instagram at Bailey CBD. They're amazing, and I'd like to give this away today.
Well, in fact, we are going to give it away. So there you go. So
okay, go ahead.
The first person who likes and shares this video, this interview, is going to get themselves a free sample of Bailey's pet CBD. So when you do, we'll reach out, say hello, we'll put you in touch with Crystal, and we'll make sure you get it. So first person to like and share this interview will get a free thing of Bailey's pet CBD. So thank you for doing that, Crystal, and thank you to Bailey's for the giveaway. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Course. So before we get out of here today, it's one thing is I want to make sure everybody knows it is very important for you as a business owner to be looking at what you have going on in terms of your own finances right now. There might be a lot of stuff that is right underneath your nose that you're not aware that you can get that can really, really help you right now. And so I highly recommend, if you're going to do that, talk to Crystal and Ahmed at Canethics, reach out to them. Crystal, how can folks find you and Ahmed out there in the atmosphere?
www.canethics.com, or you can check us out on Instagram at Canethics or info@canethics.com.
Very good. And I highly recommend you go out there. You can also find Canethics on the services index of the Wrazel, or on the Wrazel Services Index. They have been good friends to us for quite a while as well. So if you happen to be looking for service providers and you're on Wrazel, go check out Canethics in the Services Index. Crystal, thank you so much for being on today. I really, really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
I will do the same. You make sure to do the same. And on top of that, everybody, make sure like and share this interview, and you might get a bottle of Bailey's Pet CBD. So thanks again. Until next time, Crystal. Take care.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.